Party all night is the best of the best, best friend weekend. We can party all night is the best of the best, best friend weekend. We can party all night. Shout out the whole podcast crew. Everybody already know what it do. When you really gotta kill it, ain't nobody gonna feel it. When you really gotta tell them it's my crew, it's best friend weekend. We can party all night. We got Ross moving, Lowe's, Rumble, Aldo Nice is the uncle.
Crazy where we at, like, in the world. Like, the smallest thing could get you just canceled, bruh. Or just the biggest thing. Or just anything, bruh. Boys is out here just canceling people left and right. And, you know, today, I gotta throw the flag, time on the play, and I just gotta get to my next point, bruh. Y'all could have who y'all want. Like, y'all could have Bill Cosby because he might have been down bad. Kels, that boy down bad. But Michael Jackson, bruh, stop playing with Mike, bruh. Stop playing with Mike. I don't care even if the evidence showed Lawrence otherwise. Bruh, in the world of Rumble, in my eyes, Mike innocent. Mike ain't do nothing. Mike never did nothing. And they need to stop playing with Mike's name like this, bruh. I can remember growing up, bruh. Graham's star sister was in college. I was a little boy. Faithfully, religiously, I'll be posted on Sugar Mill up there in that room listening to Michael Jackson on my own. I don't know what Graham Star would be doing, but I vividly remember every weekend damn near listening to this Michael Jackson CD she had with him like a statue on the double disc. Stop playing with Mike.
I say, whoa, welcome to the Best Friend Weekend podcast. It's your man Aldo Nice.
It's your boy Raj Smooth.
One time, before we even get started, man, this podcast is brought to you by CAP, aka Los, man. You know, like I said, our man's still going through some stuff, man, and so he'll be back with us soon enough. But like I said, keep that man in your thoughts and prayers. Rumble, we definitely gonna talk a lot about Mike. Normally he do a good job of kind of giving me something that we wasn't gonna talk about. We definitely gonna talk about Mike, but I'm not hopping right into it just because. Or do you want to?
Nah, we can save it for a later time.
I mean,
keep it in mind. Keep Rumble in mind, though.
I mean, he put it out there. I do remember the CD he talking about. Do you remember? It was called like History, I think. Does History sound right?
I know exactly which one. It was like, to me, the last relevant one.
No, I can't go there because I think the next one was relevant too.
Which one was it?
The one with "You Give Me Butterflies Inside."
I think that's the same one.
No. I think
I'm
that one
pretty
was called
sure.
like Butterflies, couldn't? So
no, that's Mariah Carey.
So you might be right about that. That's Mariah Carey. But okay, so Michael Jackson albums go, like solo Michael Jackson's Off the Wall, Living Off the Wall, Live Your Life Off the Wall, Living Off the Wall, which is my favorite. Thriller, obviously, 82, I Was Born Ready, released on the month I was born, you feel me? Then he went with Bad and Dangerous. Bad in 87, Dangerous in 91. Wow, he was dropping albums every 5 years, 3 to 5 years, like it's an event. History was the one that we talking about, I think. That was 1995. History, Past, Present, and Future, Book 1. And then the only other one was called Invincible.
And the singles were You Rock My World.
You know what you do?
and then Cry. I don't know exactly how that one went. And then You Give Me Butterflies Inside.
What album was the one he had the video? It had to be Invincible. It might have been You
with
Rock
Magic
My World.
Johnson?
No. I'm talking about the song with him and with Chris Tucker on the video. Was that You Rock My World?
I think so.
Okay, when they were like in Hawaii, in like China fighting some people.
Mm-hmm. I believe so. I'm saying yes, like I know, but I really don't.
I'm pretty sure Dangerous is the album that you're talking about with the track with Magic Johnson. I could be wrong. Yeah, it was number 5. Do you remember the time fell in love? You remember the time that we first met, girl? That one. But he also had Black or White, Heal the World. That was all on that one. God, Mike.
Hold on, though. I'm looking at his history. I'm looking at the one with the statue, and I guess I didn't realize this. The Statue Daddy. I didn't realize that's a greatest hits album.
Yeah. I knew it was some kind of anthology thing. Yeah, it had. But I feel like he had slid some other little songs in there, but maybe not. It might just all be because look, Scream on the second one, disc 2, Scream was on that thing. Stop fucking with me makes me wanna scream. I don't want to say is that they don't really care about us. I mean, I'm just assuming those things weren't on other Michael Jackson albums. They might have been.
I don't know. I do not know. I just know. You know what? I feel bad, but let me tell you how I feel.
Hold up. Real quick. Disc 1 is called History Begins, Greatest Hits, History Volume 1. And then Disc 2 was called History Continues. So I'm thinking everything else on Disc 2 was new stuff.
Brand Nubian.
That's a live concept.
Another day is gone. I'm still all alone. Yeah, that's brand new. That was brand new, no doubt. You know who wrote that? You know who wrote that song?
You Are Not Alone?
Yes.
The Aura.
Who?
The Aura.
Aura Kelly.
Them boys was probably doing major perving behind the scenes.
And then how about it? You Are Not Alone in having a documentary that's going to fuck your reputation up. I'm guessing that's what the song was about.
Yeah. Because I'm going to have one too. Yeah. It's very possible. I don't like the fact that and that's the album that Rumble remembers. The one where R. Kelly got writing credits on, and both them boys out there super, super bad. So, I mean, it is what it is, man. No, I'm okay. We're there, man. Michael Jackson,
we're there.
Greatest, the king of pop. I mean, I remember we had like I had a Michael Jackson action figure. I'm not gonna call it a doll. I had an action figure as a kid with the microphone. He had the little blue and the red jacket. They was Velcro daddies. You could change them up. Ken Barbie.
You was one dance contest away from leaving Neverland.
Alfonso Ribeiro, man. I was him. I was my little child doppelganger. I was Jesse Hall off of the Mighty Ducks. You know, all them boys. Yeah, I wasn't really I didn't have the Michael Jackson dance steps down. My parents wasn't going for all that shit.
Mine wasn't either.
I did a mean hammer. I did a mean hammer in like circa 89, 90. But yeah, I wasn't. Nah, I'm not that. No curl. No one glove. Maybe one glove. I
never did any gloves. Gloves were to keep my hands warm. I never did motorcycle gloves or glitter gloves or anything like that. I don't know, like it wasn't, I never saw that as cool, and I didn't even know where you would get. The only time I ever saw sequins was in the ladies department at Dillard's.
At Hancock.
When I was with my mama.
I thought you
and then I go to Hancock Fabrics or what was the other one?
The Walmart fabric section.
The Walmart, but I didn't go to Walmart fabric section. I was always in the game section. Like when I go to Walmart, I could roam. But I had no choice but whenever I go to Michael's Gifts and Fabrics, other than to just look at the sequin.
Yeah. I could it's a very common thread amongst people our age from where we're from. But I was about to say, for people our age, the fact that I'm a couple of years older than you leads it to be like, yeah, I think Michael Jackson was a little bit bigger deal. And the fact that my sisters were both older than me. So Michael Jackson was, that big of a deal. One of my sisters was born when Off the Wall came out. I was born when Thriller came out. So Michael Jackson was very relevant. I remember putting on like the vinyl disc and being scared of the song Thriller. Because it was a whole bunch of and the body
you know what's funny?
Coming up and eating you from out the dead. Shit like that.
It was such a long video that I'm being 100% with you right now that I didn't know that Thriller was a song at one point in time in my life. I thought it was like a little show. Like, oh damn, I saw this one already.
Well, I feel like that I didn't know Moonwalker actually had a song either. But I think that was a movie. I know it was a video game.
I didn't know he said your butt is mine until probably my 20s. In the beginning of Bad.
Hey, he did a lot of... I think if you go look at the Bad video, Wesley Snipes and the dude off of New York Undercover, Torres, was both in that thing. Like, he had everybody in his videos. I mean, I think we're saying that without saying it. I mean, your boy had Magic Johnson, Eddie Murphy, Chris Tucker, like we just
Michael
named
Jordan.
You know, just anybody who he wanted is going to be in a Michael Jackson video, and that kind of leads to you know, that Michael Jackson is the greatest to ever do it, right?
You know, whenever you said he has a title of the king of pop,
yeah,
I think that man should be the king of music. Period.
I mean,
like,
well, that's because I think that's a racial thing. I think the difference is Elvis was already the king. So I don't think they're going to be like, well, now it's Michael Jackson's the king. They had to say, no, he's the king of colored kings. You know what I mean?
He's the colored king.
So we're going to name, we're playing chess. Elvis is the king, but you're the black king. You know what I mean? It's like, you can be a king, but you can't be the king. You know what I mean? I mean, there's a lot of kings, right? There's T.I., there's the king of the South. There's Jaquise, the king of R&B.
Martin Luther.
There's Martin Luther, the king. There's LeBron James, the king. King James. I mean, there's a lot of kings in popular culture and stuff. The freestyle king, Lil Flip. And I think all these people can be in the same breath. So I know a lot of times when we're talking about Michael Jackson, all of a sudden your brain goes to Lil Flip and Jaquise. I mean, like, why wouldn't you? Right? But yeah, Michael Jackson's the king of all things, right? So the thing about this, and I guess we're going there. Leaving Neverland, the documentary came on HBO. Raj, you said you have not watched Leaving Neverland.
I didn't watch it in its entirety.
Okay. I was completely torn on if I wanted to watch it. Because I have the same sentiment that a lot of people had. Starting with, that man dead. Like, what's the point of it right now? Like, what is the point of putting out this documentary? Yeah, right? It goes along kind of like for the last few months. You remember last year? And it's weird, right? How last year felt like we talked about Me Too every episode of the podcast. It was like, okay, let's talk about Russell Simmons. Okay, let's talk about Harvey Weinstein. Okay, let's talk about they're accusing Aziz Ansari. Oh, okay, they're talking about James Franco. Oh, okay, it's Kevin Spacey. Oh, like, and every week it was almost like, well, in Me Too news, I feel like 2018 is kind of getting off to that start, and we've kind of been foreshadowing that over the last few weeks, that it is a lot of conversation about let's dredge up the past of someone and make it into compelling TV where people are going to watch it. And we've talked about this. I hate to repeat myself a bunch, but we talked about how, you know, OJ is good TV. Versace is good TV. It's like, it's things that happen that kind of maybe people got away with, or people that just in the recent past. And now let's put all of the story together and put it in some entertaining form, and you're going to want to watch it. So we were speculating a few weeks ago about who was going to be next.
Yeah, and we found out. I just don't understand. What's so crazy to me is, what is court? What is court for? What do people go? I don't understand. Like, why do people go to court?
The legal system, huh?
This should be, Leaving Neverland should be the court. Whatever happened in court when that man was alive. Because I just, you know, I'm going back, and I'm so sorry that I'm gonna say this, but I think the most monumental quote that I've ever seen came from my favorite philosopher. It said, I'm torn between, is this, you know, can you believe everything you see on TV? or the facts are all there. Like, right. I'm torn between those two things. Came from my favorite philosopher. This podcast brought to you by Aldo NICE.
A very wise man said that.
A very, very wise man. Anyway, and I'm the same way. And I'm like, damn, that shit is brutal. Like, wow. But I don't know that dude. I don't know who that is. I never seen the video of that man doing nothing Michael Jackson doing nothing to you. Maybe they showed that on the video and I didn't see it. But with the parts that I did see, I'm like, what if this just is somebody what if that's just some random dude that they paid to say this shit? You know what I mean? Like, what if they just making a movie for me? Like, there's no real Superman or Batman. That's just they just put that on TV for me to be like, oh damn, I like watching that. Well, what if they just putting that on TV to say I like watching that? And then on the flip side, what if it's true and I'm like supporting it? You know what I mean? I'm like saying this, like, what if they're doing that? But I'm really like demeaning that man's experiences.
Like
I'm acting like Rumble. Where I'm just like, man, fuck that. It don't matter. Michael Jackson makes fire music so he can get away with anything.
Yeah.
You know?
It's a lot. I'll say this about the documentary. While kind of referencing what you just said. That shit was way too fucking graphic. Like, even the R. Kelly documentary, the chick was like crying, like what went on in that all blacked out room with the black curtains, with the black bed sheet. I can't talk about. Like, it's too painful to even bring it up.
Mm-hmm.
Man, if y'all haven't watched the Michael Jackson documentary, hey, if you're squeamish, hit the little fast forward button and go about 2 clicks, because for the next 20 seconds, Michael Jackson in there telling the little boys go to the end of the bed and open up their booty cheeks so he could jack off from the other side of the bed and look at them. 3 different little boys who didn't know each other all said the same story. They also said how he would like try to lure them into that punching that clown game, into that beat the wood game, into the choking the chicken game. Like, he'd be like, it'll feel really good. Just watch me touch myself and you do the same. And then he'd grab a dick. Like, when people do shit, there's always I feel like, a pattern of kind of how, like, when you talk to chicks, Roger, like, it would be like, you're going to have kind of your same little MO. The way you approach a situation is going to be the same. I bet if you went back and talked to 4 or 5 of your old girlfriends, they would be like, oh, yeah, that's kind of how Roger roll. That's the kind of things he'll do. That's what he'll say.
They know my moves.
They know your moves.
They know what time is coming. Okay, a minute in, flip over. You know, like, I get it. I get where you're going.
He going to grab my hand and he going to put it in his pants. That's what them boys were saying, Mike. Well, they saying Mike was sticking his hand in their pants.
But let me ask you a question.
I'm listening.
I'm trying to support my first point. How do I know that them boys don't know each other? Because they said they didn't know each other?
Fair enough.
Is that enough?
Well, what I took away from it, which was kind of like damning things for me, was just kind of, I was watching the guys when they were saying the stories. Not the stories they were telling as adults, which was bad enough, and their family kind of reacting to them saying it. But like the old footage of like kids doing depositions who were telling the same kind of stories that these guys were telling years later. Like, they had like some flashbacks of some other kids from those original trials being like, yeah. And then the dude basically saying, well, the reason I went testify is because I love Mike, because he had been, Michael Jackson been eating my booty since I was 11. And make no mistake, Michael Jackson was eating that booty. Like, spread them cheeks and let me stick my tongue in. Now, my thing is, it's a grown man saying it. So I was laughing like, what the hell? Why are you so graphic and telling everybody that that's what was happening? And he's like, man, yeah, we was smashing upstairs in Neverland Ranch. We were smashing in this bedroom, that bedroom. We were smashing on a little train by the little teepees. We were smashing in hotel rooms. We were smashing wherever and whenever. And I'm like 10 and Mike was smashing me everywhere. Not even smashing, he was saying. He would say they didn't really even smash like that. He was like, it'd just be kind of, they dome each other and lay around and giggle and shit like that. But the kids, when the kids said it stuck out more to me. Like, damn, like that sounds like a little child, and I feel like I believe those kids. Like, why would they come up with these stories? And
so
I don't.
So let me.
Okay, no, stop that. Fuck that. Howard Stern said this before, Raj. If Michael Jackson is, because the narrative all the time was always like, oh, well, Michael Jackson never had a childhood. So, you know, he just loves being around kids and having chimpanzees and shit. Why he didn't ever have no little girls then? I'll wait.
I can't answer that. But I what I want to say is what makes it believable to me is I did a little bit of self-reflection, and I was thinking about my childhood idols, and I'm being completely candid. I'm thinking, let's say Michael Jordan probably was the biggest name of my era. I mean, outside of Michael Jackson, but anyway, Michael Jordan, because I really like sports. I'm 8 years old, and you hit this 3-pointer, and you meet Michael Jordan. I meet Michael Jordan, and man, take a liking to me, and I feel like Michael Jordan is my best friend, because at that time I can feel like an adult is my best friend. My mama was my best friend, you know what I'm saying? Michael Jordan is my best friend. Like, he hitting me up, calling me, checking on me, and he said, "Man, come to a basketball game." I go to watch him play, and then he like, "Yeah, come over." And I'm let's just assume that my parents would let me go to Michael Jordan's house,
which is a big caveat.
What's that?
That's a huge part of it. Let's assume
that's a big part.
Let's assume your black children, your black parents are gonna let you go stay to some
at
man
Michael
house.
Jordan's house,
yeah,
right? And I'll go there, and I'm 8. Let's say I'm 8 years old. I don't know shit, and that man whip that wood out, and that man tell me to whip my wood out. I'm thinking as an 8-year-old, I might. That's Michael Jordan. This is what's supposed to be the right thing. That man, Michael Jordan. That man, I'm whipping that wood out, and I'm probably gonna eventually feel comfortable about his wood being out too. You know what I mean? And then the rest is history.
The rest.
So
goes
I can
from there.
I can see a situation where these kids are idolizing Michael Jackson, and they finally get to meet their idol. Like, this dude is larger than life.
Yeah, the best ever.
And then that's what happened.
The king. It's almost like a paternal thing, right? It's almost like, and the way you're saying that is, it's a very weird thing, but it's almost like, let's say when you were 5, 6, 7 years old, if you walk in the bathroom and you see your dad pee in a certain way, and he like, yeah, hold it like this to pee. You'll do exactly what your dad says because you feel like, that's my daddy, you know what I mean? Like, that man not gonna steer me wrong. And as a little kid, your idol, you might feel the same way. I get that. You might look at Michael Jordan or Michael Jackson and be like, yeah, that man.
Couldn't if my daddy would have said anything other than close that damn door, I might be traumatized. Couldn't hold it like this. What?
I'm just saying.
That's borderline Michael Jackson. Did that happen?
Hold it like this. I don't know. I don't know. Or if your dad said, don't pull your boy, come here. Why you dropping your drawers all the way to the floor to take a pee? Just pull your wood out and he show you how to do it. Because I'm just saying there are lessons that your father can tell you that you would probably walk away from it and not feel strange about it, in that way.
Sure. Okay. I agree with you.
I'm pitching a new movie for you now. How about we redo Bow Wow and Morris Chestnut, like Mike, but instead, Morris Chestnut just started like pulling that wood out and jacking off with that man.
I mean,
what do we think?
That man still got the shoes. I mean, are we worried about how many points he's scoring or what's going on behind closed doors? I
feel like Calvin Cambridge's parents. Oh no, he was an orphan. That's why he got to go sleep to Morris Chestnut house all the time, right?
Yeah,
it's got to have something to do with it. So yeah, we can see how it can happen. You think it's wrong to go after him because he's dead?
Do I think? Yeah,
to
I
make
think
this
it's. I mean,
documentary.
I'm not. I mean, I'm not really with the whole like that man went to court. I don't need him to go to court and then these other dudes come out with a documentary. I don't need that. Like I really don't. Like if he went to court and he beat the charge, then that's it. Like it should be slanderous. Like it should be you can be sued for talking about this shit after that man done got acquitted of all his charges. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I feel is wrong about it. Like if we gonna do the legal thing, he went to court, came out clean, and that's it. Anything else, you get sued. You're not supposed to be doing that.
I can go with that.
I shouldn't have to worry about that.
The timing is convenient. They said that there's other things that maybe the dude came out, but from watching it, like it seemed like the dude is successful, like very successful. That he wouldn't be in it just for one of those dudes at least for the bread. Like he was NSYNC's choreographer and and Britney Spears, and I mean, I know that money might have dried up from like 2001 and 98 and shit like that, but I think you would like, he had Cirque du Soleil shows. Like, no, I don't think he broke. I don't think he down bad and just need the money. I think that man.
But no,
and go ahead.
The thing about it is if he'd never met Michael Jordan in his life, these things probably wouldn't have came to.
Let's not play Michael Jordan like that again.
Michael Jackson, excuse me. Tyson Jordan, Game 6. Mm-hmm. Michael Jackson, you know, I guess it was. I mean, once that man get to the point where he realized that this shit is wrong, he probably like, it was a Mike. Like, I let you do all of this shit all, you know, my life. I need you to put me on. Yeah. I mean, I feel like that's what it would be with me. You know, like, hey, like, I need you to put a nigga on. I need a position somewhere. So, you know, whatever. That's wrong. It's still wrong, but damn, you know, I just don't. Yes, I do think it's wrong for them to do that to him after he's gone, dead and gone. Because I don't know if I'm 100% sure that I believe all of that. I don't know.
I don't have a real position on that. I don't really have a position on that. Because I would like to say that you never know how you would act if something like that happens to you. So you never know how repressed that feeling may be and when you might feel comfortable talking about it. So I don't know. Maybe the dudes never felt comfortable talking about it with Michael Jackson still alive. Because they felt like they would hurt him and he'd go to jail. But once they was like, okay, I'm grown and he dead. Like, maybe it eat him up every day inside, like to think about that shit, and they got to come out and say something. So it's possible too. I mean, I'm just kind of like, it's one of those things like OJ killed those people. Like R. Kelly smashed little girls. And it's funny that these things are happening on the heels of each other. Michael Jackson is like a pervy dude who be like, and we've rationalized it for years and said, oh no, he's just weird. He's just a strange type of person. He's different. But no, man, he's sleeping with boys in his bed for 365 days a year. Like, parents was letting kids go stay with Michael Jackson for a year straight. And that brings me to another thing that I want to discuss. Michael Jackson had the type of money that corrupts. You know what I mean? He like bought the Beatles albums, like their masters and shit. Like Michael Jackson. Did you see Neverland Ranch? That dude.
Yeah, that was unbelievable.
Like, that's Pablo Escobar money, man. Michael Jackson has the type of money that corrupts. And in comparison to like R. Kelly and what all those things we said about how R. Kelly looks at, he would look for the right type of people and he would prey on like little black girls or people from lower socioeconomic status and be like, man, look, tell your parents shut up. Your daughter already 17. She gonna leave with me next year anyway. Man, and then maybe pay them off for extra $2,000. You know what I'm saying? $20,000, $15,000 to pay off some people and shut them up. Michael Jackson had the kind of money that corrupts. Like, I'm going to take your whole family and put them in a different position. I'm going to reposition your mama to have a job and to be famous and to be hanging out with, you know what I mean, Chuck Norris and shit. And then y'all going to have that dodo and y'all going to be able, like, you don't have to pay for nothing, nowhere, anything. And I'm saying it like that, but he got the type of money to corrupt white people. Let me give you this example, Raj. Have you ever heard people say this before? Like, athletes. How a white dad might be like, or a white mom and dad, a white family, will be like, no, hell no, my daughters better not bring a black man home. Maybe I won't ever say it. I'll think it. But, you know what I mean? Like, they'll think it. My daughter shouldn't be with a black man.
Right.
But if she brought home Tiger Woods, but if she brought home just a professional athlete in general, it's okay. I mean, that's a phenomenon, right?
Right.
It's a thing. Go ahead.
I know it's a thing. It's something. Yeah, definitely a thing. You bring home Steph Curry.
Yeah,
for sure.
I think it's the same concept there. That it's like, no, I wouldn't let my daughter go fuck. Like, these same people who was letting their sons go sleep with Michael Jackson wouldn't probably let their sons go by R. Kelly.
By R. Kelly. So 100%. I was just thinking it. yeah, you can go to Michael Jackson's house because he's the king of pop.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he makes music for us to dance to. He doesn't, he's not R. Kelly where he makes music for them to dance to.
And I think
no matter how much my little boy likes it.
Okay, so do you think money has something to do with that, or no, not really? Like,
absolutely.
if R. Kelly made his same music but had money, like, would they have rationalized it? Oh no, he made "I Believe I Can Fly."
So. No, I do not think so at all. I think the childlike person that Michael Jackson was, he seemed like a really good dude. He had a chimpanzee or a monkey named Bubbles. You know what I mean? And he was like, he had like a soft voice, and he didn't really like curse in his music or nothing and talk about crazy stuff. You know, like it was all relatable. Like a lot of his music was relatable. I think that played a big part in it more so. Now, of course, the money got him there. I think, yes, the money has to do with it, but we're talking about two different genres of music, of course, like kind of two different people.
Yeah.
R. Kelly, dude was wearing, Michael Jackson wore, R. Kelly would wear, kind of like baggy clothes. Like I'm wearing like FUBU.
Yeah. When
Michael Jackson wore costumes his entire career.
Like the
I don't know if I ever seen Michael Jackson in a in like a t-shirt, a white tee and some regular jeans and some Jordans.
Got you.
Maybe I did see that once or twice, but
that'd be funny though.
It was still a weird t-shirt.
It would definitely have that little armband on the shit, huh?
Yeah, it would have something weird, or like it would be like very low cut down to the belly button, something like that.
More the reason why you shouldn't be leaving your kids with him, man. I don't know, man. Have you seen the whole because my social media has been up and down with the black rebuttal. If BET put out a documentary on Harvey Weinstein or Kevin Spacey, what you think would happen? Like that, the white media is putting out these things to tarnish the legacy of black men. What are your thoughts?
Well, let me tell you what I think. Would happen. I think it would be extremely low budget. So that's one thing I guess that's really my only thought, that it would be laughable. I don't think that we do a good job of putting together a Harvey Weinstein, documentary. It would have to be somebody that has enough clout and enough clout. Let's just call it that. Like courage. Because I'm coming. If I'm a Jackson, if I'm Tito or Janet, I am suing you for slandering my brother's name. HBO don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
I don't think Lifetime putting out R. Kelly really don't give a fuck.
Well, I think HBO puts out that because of the Lifetime R. Kelly, the success of that.
Oh no, I think so, but I don't think that Lifetime could put out a Michael Jackson one. I think they're not big enough to put out a Michael. It had to be HBO. It couldn't be anybody else. HBO, BET does New Edition and Bobby Brown, and that's about as big as it's gonna get. That's what I think. I don't think that we do Harvey Weinstein. It's just, I'm sorry, we're just not there. Well,
honestly, my response is Harvey Weinstein had a big documentary, and it's on PBS. It's on Frontline. Like, I watched that one. It was called it's like something, I can't remember what it is, but it was just Harvey Weinstein. It was called Weinstein, I think. And it's just talking about all his...
Let's have a glass of Weinstein or nothing like that on HBO. Like, it wasn't highly publicized like these other ones are. I wish it would have came out after them boys stuff.
Well, they said that he actually created, like, he does have a line of wine. I'm reading it right now. And he's actually behind Steen Syrup.
I knew you was going.
And he actually has a little mix that you can go get. It's called Weinstein. And it's good for pancakes and after dinner. And so
he actually has children from the age of 13 to 15, 17, and they're called the Weinsteins. So I don't know if you know that as well.
The Weinsteins. Okay, yeah. Yeah. He actually had another son who was, he's like kind of a little girly boy, and they used to call him Weinstein because he used to whine.
He used to whine so much.
Yeah. Only when he was a teen. But yeah, I don't know. I think those things are just, I don't know. There is a part of me who can buy into that, who can say, man, yes, Stop tearing down the legacy of black people from OJ to Michael Jackson to R. Kelly to anytime they got a documentary coming out, it's about one of them. And it's never like, let's do the Charlton Heston is a fucking racist documentary. But I mean, somebody does those things. Those things do come out. Like, it's just not, you know, as seething in the criminal behavior is not just out there. But, you know, maybe that's, you know, maybe it's money too. Like maybe, like if you got enough money, you can stop stuff like that from coming out. If Michael Jackson was alive, he probably could have stopped that shit from coming out.
I think that in the music, in the entertainment industry, I think black people are a little bit more polarizing than white people are, especially in this day and age. I'm not saying anything. I don't think I'm saying anything bad. I just I'm really thinking about if we found out that Bryce Harper was raping little boys at the same time we found out that LeBron James was raping little boys. You know what I mean? Like, I think of course, I think that there would be something to say for the Bryce Harper one, but people would be watching the LeBron James one.
Well, but you don't compare it. That's not apples to apples. That'd be like Bryce Harper. No, because Bryce Harper is the best player in a sport that's not as popular. So you would have to.
So if it was Peyton Manning,
or LeBron James, then maybe we talk.
Or LeBron James.
Now we talking.
I think
LeBron is the number one athlete. I think it would be like Peyton Manning or Kevin Durant. I think that's like the same level of famous.
Okay. Well, now we're splitting hairs. I know,
but I think it makes a difference.
That argument.
No, but I think the difference is LeBron James is the most like famous person on earth.
So if it was Tom Brady or LeBron James, is that better?
It gets closer. Definitely gets closer. But yes, we are splitting hairs there. But I think they would equally have. I mean, LeBron James is just a bigger star than them. So that's my point. I would like for the race to be kind of the only factor and not the star power, because I feel like LeBron's star power is going to be more than anybody in that, you know, if we're comparing the two. But
sure, I don't know, man. I don't see any race. I don't personally see any like race factor. I just think they found a good idea.
I think there's a race factor.
Well, I think you can claw for a race factor, but I think there's an obvious race factor.
I think they could have found other people that weren't black to do the same type of, like they could have a Woody Allen documentary, or they could have anybody else.
But
it's Michael Jackson. I wouldn't care.
As a journalist, as a movie maker, as somebody out to get somebody, like if I'm looking out to get somebody and I have Woody Allen or Michael Jackson or Harvey Weinstein or whoever, I'm going Michael Jackson, and it's not even close.
So what you doing, Donald Trump?
And race don't have nothing to do with it, huh?
Donald Trump.
Yeah, give me a Donald Trump one for sure. Yeah, give it to me. Where is it?
Maybe
you think that it?
Yeah, you probably can't do that because he's the president.
I don't think Donald Trump was hooking up with little boys.
No, but they was pissing on him in Russia. And he was...
Well, that's cool. Okay, but that's legal activity. Like that.
No, it's not. It's not. It's not legal activity to have them video it and then you're like trying to blow an election because of that. No, he's very, 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 very corrupt. Let's not minimize...
No, I know he's corrupt, but he wasn't hooking up with little boys. That's
sexual.
Second to murder.
Nature. Yeah. The sexual nature has a lot to do with everything. You're right. The fact that he out here...
but give me the Donald Trump one. I'm boy, you know, man, I need that. In my lifetime, I need that Donald Trump one. I need that big old Donald Trump documentary to come out 30 years from now.
It's coming out. It's coming out. Did you see R. Kelly? How stupid would I have to be to do that? I'm fighting for my fucking light.
Why? Because for one, I beat my case. When you beat something, you beat it. You were acquitted. We can't double jeopardy me like that. You can't. It's not fair. It's not fair to nobody. When you beat your case, you beat your case. Why would I? Well, how stupid would it be for R. Kelly, with all I've been through in my way, way past, to hold somebody, let alone 4, 5, 6, 50, you said. How stupid would I be to do that?
I didn't say you were holding...
That's stupid, guys.
I didn't...
Is this camera on me?
Yes, it's on.
That's stupid. Use your common sense. Don't forget the blogs. Forget how you feel about me. Hate me if you want to, love me if you want, but just use your common sense. How stupid would it be for me to, with my crazy past and what I've been through, right now I just think I need to be a monster and hold girls against their will, chain them up in my basement, and don't let them eat and don't let them out unless they need some shoes down the street from their uncle.
Robert,
Stop it. Y'all quit playing. Quit playing.
Robert.
I didn't do this stuff. This is not me. I'm fighting for my life.
Hey, let me tell you, after watching that interview, all right, some of it, this was my thought. Man, somebody going to jail will say anything. That's what came to mind. Because you know what was funny? Earlier, or actually, early in that documentary, what I saw was that man was like, yeah, they can't touch me. I'm nice. You know, like, yeah, I got me out here, man. Got a glass of Hennessy and a cigar and his little top hat, some glasses on the inside. You can't touch me. I'm untouchable. They thought they had me, but they don't. Da. And then that man, like just going crazy on TV because you're going to jail. That's why.
He
Humble yourself.
It's tough. I don't know who his publicist is who told him to put on that fucking minstrel show. You gotta calm down. You're gonna make people mad. And then they're gonna really want to put you in jail for a lot longer than what they're already gonna put you in jail for. That's how I feel. I think it's funny that Oprah and her little homegirl is the two that's kind of like beating the drum. Because Oprah was interviewing the two Michael Jackson boys, and now Gayle interviewing R. Kelly. I don't know what Oprah's little deal is. People was coming for her too, like Oprah. Like, that was a lot. I seen that online a lot too. Like, Oprah, why, you know Harvey Weinstein's bad. Why didn't you do anything? I hate that though. I hate that example. I don't want to be that guy, Raj. Trust me, I don't. The one who says, well, won't you Harvey Weinstein? I don't want to be, because I think those people are kind of dumb. But I think the argument's kind of dumb. But there is a little bit of validity to the race factor. But I'm not going to keep using Harvey Weinstein as the example, because that sounds stupid.
I think you got that. It's Oprah. Is Oprah supposed to say, nah, that's black people, I'm not doing that? Is she supposed to say that?
But
is
Oprah
that what
don't
we expect from Oprah.
Okay, so the thing about Oprah is she's kind of like Obama. She can come in and out of and do whatever she wants. She didn't even have to be involved with this. Oprah don't do shit all the time. She came out specifically for this to be a part of this. So that's kind of what took people aback. Like, damn, Oprah, this is what you stepping back in the spotlight for? Not to run for president in 2020? You coming out to fucking condemn Michael Jackson? I thought that was your boy. You know, that kind of thing.
What if you found out that your boy,
you?
Some people feel like they have, no, not me, your other boy, was doing some, and you was with him the whole time. Like, I'm with him. I'm doing these things. We having weekend events. We having a good time. Like, I'm buying sections. We doing all of these things that we do together, all to find out 30 years later or however long later, man, that man was doing some wild shit. Would you not be an advocate for it? Would you not feel played that man had you involved in it?
Yeah, but I don't know if I'm going on air to kind of like air him out after he died, though. That's all. I've had a situation like that in life where a guy, an acquaintance of mine that I felt like I knew, like, was kind of like, his chick was like, oh, that nigga, like, he put hands on me. He beat me up. And we was like, man, shut up. No, he didn't. I know this dude. And then some years later, he was with another chick, and that chick was like, yeah, he beat me up. And I was like, oh, shit. Like, I honestly didn't believe the first chick. Now I'm kind of like, damn, okay, maybe you did. You know, that kind of thing. So, whatever. I mean, it's these things, it's a tough situation when you know somebody personally and you don't feel like they got that in them. But you never know what's in the hearts of men, you know? Michael Jackson probably put up a good front. He's a good actor. You've seen The Wiz. Ease on down. Ease on down the road. Don't you carry nothing that might be a load. Won't you ease on down, get on down the road. That way. Mike.
It sounds like a goodbye Michael Jackson podcast.
Well, then let me tell you what burned my Boudin, man. The first thing that burned my Boudin this week is, you know, I love and I respect when kids that I used to teach go to college. I love that shit. That's like, obviously I'm a teacher. I want these kids to go to college. But it burns my boudin when I see them in fraternities that aren't my fraternity. They hop up online and they doing like Kappa steps, or they sticking their tongue out and they being alphas and they all about it, or they being Q dogs and they hopping and barking. Like, that's cool. But I like the fact that you're in college, but that's lame, and I think you're lame.
Why that's lame?
Because they're not in my fraternity, okay? I think,
but they didn't want to. I mean, did you go to the college and be like, "Hey, what's up, bro?" Or whatever y'all call each other?
A lot of times,
this my man's right here.
Okay, no,
look out for him.
When they were in high school, I used to be like, hey, yeah, you're right. I'm gonna be quiet because I didn't pave the path after like middle school and high school. I didn't. I could have. So I could have paved the path better.
Yeah, they get to college and them boys don't holler at him. Your boys don't holler at him, but the other dudes do, and that's where he finds his footing. I don't see that it's not supposed to burn your boudin unless you did something, you influenced them enough. You did enough, and I don't think you did enough. Telling them in middle school to be in your fraternity is not enough.
Damn, that's a good point. We're gonna stricken from the record that I said that burned my boudin. You're right.
It's actually brown good. Whenever we used to
Crispy
like, let's say if we put toast in a toaster and we take it out and I'll be like, man, oh damn, that's burnt. My brother used to say, nah, it's brown good. So that's what I'm gonna say, that your boudin is brown good.
On that one. Okay. Okay, so let's just keep it in the classroom. I used to hate kids who wrote dick or pussy or ass on things in school. Like when you open a textbook and it say dick on a page, or if you look on the side of a desk and it say ass or shit. Why? Were you ever that kid, Raj?
No, I was never the kid to vandalize stuff. But I will tell you, here's my rebuttal. I feel like this theme of burns my boudin is, I'm gonna come with something that maybe it shouldn't burn your boudin. Like, I'm gonna come with that. So I remember vividly cursing for no reason as a kid. just shooting out curse words because I was like, I'm growing up. I'm 12 years old. Fuck. Shit. Like I'm literally just blurring out curse words anytime that authority is not around. That's all I'm saying. I feel like I'm okay with like if some people are auditory learners and some people are visual learners, and some people might have just want to write that shit down and not say it. Like I'm thinking it. Like we all thinking it whenever we were kids. Let me jot it down. Let me scratch it into the desk. Like,
okay,
because I don't want to say it.
I'll take your word for it, and you just made me think about the fact I got in trouble one time at St. Edward's for writing SAX on a piece of paper and passing it to somebody. And yeah, I don't know why I thought where I got the idea about sex at, and I spelt it all wrong, but I got in trouble, and I remember they sent that home, like Alan was writing sex on a piece of paper.
Saxophone.
Sax.
Mom.
I want to play the sax.
Sax. Mom. 5th Avenue. Mom.
Sax.
Duh. I like my favorite football players, Randall McDaniel. He gets a lot of sacks.
Right? I want to play for the Chicago White Sox.
White Sox.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, sex. I could have been misspelling anything, right? Okay, I get where you're going there. But I'm not talking about... They told us that
we could wear jeans or sacks.
Mom, I wasn't talking about sex. I was talking about I went in the bathroom and I told all the boys to pull up their pants and stop showing their sex. No?
That's pretty bad.
Michael Jackson was like, spread your cheek, let me see your sex. Okay, so no, I'm not talking about elementary people. I'm talking more like high school and middle school. That I don't give a shit if you're auditory or a visual learner at that point. Stop writing dick on the side of the textbook. That's stupid.
Yeah, okay, so middle school is where I was talking about that.
Oh, really? That's when you would just say, that's when you just fuck.
I was cursing in middle school. Like I'm saying middle school freshman. Let's say that. Middle school underclassmen. That's when I was cursing. Man, whenever I got to junior and senior, I wasn't doing, I was trying to do other stuff, But I wasn't
trying to have sex.
I was trying to have sex. I was trying to figure out how the hell to get out of the damn house. That's what I was trying to do. And yeah, so middle school for sure. For sure. I was cursing for no reason. So no, I don't see anything wrong. I do see something wrong with vandalism, but I don't see anything boudin burning about it.
Still, that burns my boudin. Another thing that burns my boudin, people who live off their high school or college gas. Like, I think at this point, I think 10 years after said graduation or finishing of whatever it is, I think it's over. Like, I mean, I've seen pictures like I see people posting like throwback pictures all of the time and this and that and the third, and I'm like, nah, dog, get over it, dog. Like, you graduated high school 20 years ago. You can't keep like running that like, man, that's live. I was live. Like, you're not live anymore. You haven't been live more time in your life than you were live. You were live for 6 years, and you haven't been live for the last 20. Let's just put it that way.
I wanna say I agree with you, but let me tell you what burns my boudin even more.
Okay.
Because I feel like it hits a little closer to home for me, and I feel like it should hit somewhat home for you too. Is I don't like when people don't respect my gaseousness of where I'm at now compared to where I was at in high school. So whenever you still treat me. Yeah. You still treat me like, okay, so basically you probably have to live off of your high school gas to be able to do this. So it starts there. But whenever you don't respect my adult gas, especially being better than my high school gas, when you don't respect that burns my boudin. You need to respect. I remember this dude. I saw this guy. I'll never forget it. Now it was a couple of years ago. It was like 10 years ago, let's say. So I might have been 5 years out of high school, but I'm way cooler than I was in high school. I'll say that. I'll admit to that. And I was in like Sam Goody, FYI. I don't remember what. I was in like a CD store, and I saw the dude. I saw the dude. I was in Blockbuster.
He was in Music Vision. So anyway,
go ahead. Anyway, I saw the dude, and the dude was like I was like, oh, what's up, bro? I'm kind of cool now, so I'm like, what's up, my dog? Like whatever, coming at him way differently than I would have came at him in high school. And he was like, like that's how he came at, like with a little tisk. And I'm like, oh, well, it's really not that important for me to talk to you. I was just kind of flaunting a little bit of my gaseousness now.
Yeah.
But cool, since you still living off your high school flames, I'm good.
Yeah.
You just don't know. You gonna see me somewhere though? You're gonna see me somewhere and you're gonna want to holler at me. You're gonna see me doing something that you're gonna want to be involved in. And I'm gonna be like, tss.
Huh.
That's all I got.
No, I mean, it's such a real phenomenon. We used to one day, me and this podcast brought to you by Duff. I'm gonna bring Duff around one day, and I'm gonna talk about the back home phenomenon. We used to have a thing called the back home phenomenon. It just means that when you were in college, you could be like, back home, I used to do this and this and this. And then the converse of that is when you go back home from college, you could be like, boy, at school, we be doing this, this, and this. You could always make up who you are, like around a different group of people. You can talk about how live you are amongst different people than the current people you're with. And it kind of goes into that. I think that I used to tell this to kids when I was teaching a lot, that you don't have to smoke weed in the 7th grade, in the 8th grade. I don't know how candid I used to tell them. I can't really remember, but I used to be like, dog, when you get to college, you can smoke weed. You just got to get to college. Like, get to college, you can go blow trees all day. Nobody gives a shit. Some people get in trouble. Now, I told them life lessons about that. Or you trying to smash something. Some of the people who went to high school with me smashed something and they got them pregnant. And now they got, grandchildren in their mid-30s. You know what I mean? Like, you can wait. And as a rule, I just think it's liver to continue to get liver as you grow up. That's cool, right? Like, you're supposed to be cooler at, I don't know, right? Raj, am I saying something wrong there? You're supposed to be cooler at 40 than you were at 15.
I think so. No, okay. So I agree with you. But I want to put it a little bit different. I think there's a certain age, and we haven't reached that age yet where you get to OG status.
Okay.
So I think you can be cool, but I think you could be a 40-year-old OG. I don't know if me and you will be 40-year-old OGs. We might still have some life left in us, like at 40. I don't think we'll be done yet. I think we'll be still like kind of approaching our climax of cool. And then you make plateau for a little while at OG status. You know what I mean? And then you start to kind of decline once you get old. But yeah, definitely you're supposed to get cooler. You're supposed to find your way after school, after high school. You're supposed to start working out, and be this podcast is brought to you by Terrence Brown. You're supposed to be Terrence Brown, and find your way. Or like you're supposed to be your boy Jeremy, the one that used to hoop and be throwing all type of little basketball shits, like putting together AAU teams and like make your mark and be cool like that. And then eventually you get to where like you're the OG and you're really not that cool no more, or whatever. But yeah, you can't live off of once high school is over with, you can't live off of that gas no more, or you're a whole clown. Either you're going to do it and you're a whole clown, or you're going to progress and be regular like the rest of us.
But you could really even, like I say, high school or college. Like, there's people who were like, I was on the team in college, man. I was nice, boy. I was the best player and everybody knew me in school.
You can live off of college gas depending on how gaseous your college life was.
Right. How long can you really live off of? How long can you? Oh man, I'm not about
this
to.
Podcast is brought to you.
Go ahead.
Yeah, this podcast is brought to you by J. Mitch. J. Mitch could live off of college gas for the rest of his life. 100%. That's where I'm going with that. You do something special. If you do something special in college, like I don't know what it is, I don't know exactly where the threshold is, but if you do something that's deemed to be special, you can live off of that for the rest of your life.
I agree.
That might get you a job.
In that circle.
That might.
But my point is, okay, so if you won a state championship in football when you were in high school and you were the quarterback, can you live off that gas your whole life?
Never. No way.
But you're telling me that if you won a national championship for college sports that you could.
Yeah.
So Vince Young.
That's what I'm saying.
Vince Young could live off that UT gas his whole life, but somebody who was like the man in high school couldn't.
Exactly.
Okay.
Unless that person lives in a very small town, like very, very small town, a la Friday Night Lights.
That's what I was thinking too.
Like,
yeah.
So unless that person lives in a very small town and decides to get into education and teach at that same school, in that same circle. But I do think, yes, Vince Young if Vince Young decides to be to do something associated with the University of Texas, he'd be very important.
Okay, so I agree. But I think the conversation is veered a little bit because I think we started talking about athletic achievements. And I think in reality, I'm not talking about athletic achievements. I think where we started this was more so talking about just being cool. Like I was cool in high school. I was cool in college. Like, I think the definition is what you said. Like, you can plateau at cool. Some people plateaued at cool at 17 years old and never got cooler.
I agree. I think if you're that cool, you gotta eventually turn that coolness into something tangible.
Yeah,
like a business,
preach,
or a lifestyle that people can follow. But it can't just be, I was very, very cool in high school, or maybe even want to sport. Like, high school to me is different. But yeah, I did this, I did that. I was cool, and I'm living off of that. But I work in a regular job just like everybody else. Yeah, I work off. But I'm coming back home. I'm cool. Nah. Eventually, you're not. Like, it's gonna be very short lived. Yeah.
I mean, which is how it should be, right? Like, those people who was like the super duper book nerds who then went to school and did this and that, did that, and and now they like neurosurgeons or lawyers or whatever it is, or they become politicians, whatever. They're cooler. They're fucking cooler. They're cooler because they played the long game, and now they going on trips and they posting pictures where they headed to Dubai and they sitting on fucking what's that? I was about to say Lufthansa, but that's not who I meant. They flying Emirates and they sleeping with the TV daddy on them.
No, and they have legitimate hobbies.
Yeah,
like not just like okay, every once in a while I get to take a vacation. I get to use my PTO. I'm a part of this crowd. I get to use my PTO to take a vacation. No, like these boys actually have like hobbies. Like I got a big fire camera.
Yeah.
And I do photography at weddings on the weekend now.
Or I do a podcast with my friends.
Or I do a podcast and I'm nice. Like and it's nice. Like it's a quality podcast.
And my last name is nice. Yeah, okay. I was about
nice
to say
tatted on my breast.
Right? And I got three of my young boys who got this thing. Just the last one, man, I saved this one for you, Raj. The last thing that burned my Boudin is people who claim to look like people. I saw somebody post
very,
on
very Boudin burning.
I saw a post on Facebook this week. It was like, people keep telling me I look like Cardi B in the eyes. If y'all don't know, this past weekend was Houston official Black Girls Weekend. Because Friday night there was a Cardi B concert at the rodeo, which set the record for rodeo attendance at a rodeo concert. People from all over, Black girls was there. And then Saturday, Michelle Obama had I guess, I don't know what she was doing, talking to people in Houston.
A seminar.
Yeah.
That sounds very Michelle Obama-ish.
So they like one night was out there, saying all kind of nasty shit that Cardi say. Pussy smell like potpourri. And then the next day they was reading books with their legs crossed.
Isn't that funny?
Right?
That's hilarious.
So it was Houston winning weekend. But somebody had to, because Cardi B was in town, I guess that's why they had to say it. I look like Cardi B in the eyes. And it made me think about your favorite thing, Raj. Don't I look like Reggie Bush?
Hold on, I don't know anything about this. Refresh my memory.
Stop it. I'm going to buzz out the name, but
I never saw that.
Boy had a whole album online. I think I look like Reggie Bush. With pictures of Reggie
Bush.
Bush.
Hear that deep breath?
Then him.
And him.
Reggie Bush. Then him.
Man, all right. Don't come. Okay, all right. You came for my man. So look, I think that so like I feel above a lot of people on the internet as far as actions. I'm not saying I'm better than anybody else, but I do feel like my actions are very cautious on the internet.
Certain things you wouldn't do.
But so a lot of things that I just would not do from a rote perspective. But I do think that some people have done things on the internet that are whole clown shit, that might have turned into something. I applaud people that might take a chance. I just don't think that that's one of them. But there was a doppelganger week. I don't know if you remember that, like unofficial doppelganger week. I don't like when people say they look like people. But if you ever go to my Facebook and you look at my profile pictures, there's this picture of Michael Jackson that I promise you will be like, when did you take that picture? And I also respect whenever people think that they look like other people that are tangible.
Yeah.
So I have seen already, this podcast brought to you by Lil Mac. I have seen pictures of Lil Mac that I was like, I don't remember taking that picture.
Yeah. I know.
I respect those.
I've gotten at least 2 or 3 of people I'd never seen before, but like somebody will be like, "Damn, Al, that's you." And when you look at the picture, like, "Oh shit!" Like I didn't had a James Harden right out of college, just growing his beard picture that I looked at like, "Damn, I really thought that was me." Like
but
somebody said it to me, like, really thought that was me for a second.
I think it's okay to post it. I think it's okay to post it and maybe just like.
It's not okay to have an album though.
Not an album. No, that's bad. That's bad.
It has to be tangible. Now, one of the funniest things, this podcast is brought to you by Fred. I don't remember Fred's last name right off the top of my head, but Fred went to college with us. Fred used to have an album on Facebook called People Who Look Like People. That is fantastic. But he stopped doing it. And he would just take pictures of people.
Russell and Reggie Bush.
Yeah. But he would have a whole bunch of just random people who look like people. No, it'd be like you, and then it'd be somebody who you was like, oh shit, I don't look like that person. But you kind of look like that person. And he just have random people who look like people.
You know, this is kind of on the same page. Let me ask you if this has ever happened to you, because it's happened to me, and this is clown stuff to me. This dude named Roger Green hit me up in my Facebook messages and was like, "What's up, bro? We got the same last name. We got the same name. What's up? You know, like let's be friends. You know, like some shit like that." Has anybody with your name? I just told people my name. Fuck it. But has anybody with your name ever hit you up and was like, "What's up, bro? We got the same name"? Or have you ever hit somebody up with the same name?
Yeah, that actually happened to me about a year ago. I had to actually go change my name to Alan Antoine Jr. Because, oh, no, that was my dad. Yeah, so no, other than that. Facebook. No, people, like his old army buddies was like trying to friend me. I was like, what the hell is going on? Who are all these people? It's like,
I'm not gonna name any names, but that that would be very funny in a different father-son combination that I know.
Stop it.
That's a laugh for me.
I'm not putting the sound effect. I'm just not putting the sound effect. Before right? So hey, it is what it is. What you think about? I want to say this real quick. What you think about Momo? Because I want to say
that shit is freaky, bro.
It's a very ugly looking thing, huh?
That shit is freaky, man.
It's creepy.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I mean, it's cool. Like, whatever. I just don't like looking at shit like that.
And that's how I feel. Like, it's so creepy that I just didn't want to look at it. But the thing is, how the story goes is it was telling kids how to, like, stick a fork in the outlet and kill yourself and go turn the electricity on and kill your parents. And it would pop up on, like, like in the middle of, like, kids' YouTube, and like little kids were seeing it, right?
Mm-hmm.
When I first read it, I thought this is an urban legend, and then I did my little research last week, and after everybody was posting it, because that's all people were posting about last week, and I actually saw a dude with it tatted on him this week. So that's how funny how the news cycle goes from one thing to the next thing, right? Like, it's more of an urban legend. When I did the Google, and it's like, they said this story has got way more traction than it actually exists. They're like, yes, the Momo thing popped up, told some kids to kill themselves. Like 20 kids worldwide. You know what I mean? Like, it only got to like, it wasn't like every kid was seeing this, whatever. And then I went to a school last week, and I mentioned it in front of a child, and the kid was like, oh yeah, Momo. No, it wasn't at school. I was at the barbershop. And I said something about Momo, and he was like, oh yeah. He was like, I know what that is. It's supposed to be this woman who tell people to, like, the little boy knew about it because the teachers brought it up in school and were telling them about it. It became viral because people were so offended by the story behind it. I just don't think it would have been a big fucking deal if people wouldn't have just been running around spreading it.
I mean, you don't think it's cool to bring awareness to that? Like,
I absolutely think it is. Like, but that's what an urban legend does, right? When the urban legend says, like, oh, and then a hook was in the door when the woman left, and this crazed killer had almost got her, and she found a hook when she got home when she had finished pumping her gas late at night by herself. The moral of the story was, bitch, don't pump gas late at night by yourself, right? So they tell an urban legend to make you not pump gas late at night. There's whole movies about that. Like, there's a movie called The Fucking, oh man, what is it called?
It's called The Fucking something?
Yeah, The Fucking.
A bit.
It's like The Shining, but it's like the fucking. Cause what if The Shining was about like
fucking at Neverland? Is that what it's called?
What if The Shining was just about some niggas who had some money?
Birdman. The Shining starring Birdman, baby, aka the Beatrice.
And the whole movie, all them boys did was shine.
From my head down to my shoes.
Skirting on 22. Anyway, the movie was about like this woman, like she was basically contracted some STD, but it was like a zombie. It made her a zombie, and she was going around giving it to people. But the whole moral of the story, the whole urban legend behind it was don't be sleeping with guys at frat parties and getting all blackout drunk. So if the parable behind Momo is watch your kids and make sure you know what they're looking at online, point perfect. What perfect. Great job, Momo. But for them people who feel like they gotta post, well, if your kid was reading a book instead of on that tablet, shut the fuck up. That's how I feel. Those people burn my boot.
I'm tired of Momo don't necessarily burn my boot. Momo, I don't like that shit. So yeah, Momo does burn my boot. Plus that shit is weird to look at. I don't want to see that shit. But yeah, bro, I'm actually tired of, you know what burns my boudin? I'm tired of people thinking they know too much. Like on Facebook. People just post shit and what compelled you to be the person to share this? Why did you share this meme? This inspirational meme. Or this meme to try to teach me a lesson. Mm-hmm. Who are you? Mm-hmm. So whenever you try to tell me, if you wasn't trying to get into this, you was getting him in the books and study his lesson. Like, come on, man. Why you? Like, who are you to be, so you're going to be famous? You're going to get famous off of that? Well, then why are you posting it? Otherwise, use Facebook as, to me, what it's intended to be, as entertainment and photo album. You don't have people come over to your house.
Classmates.com, huh?
You look at them on, it's classmates.com. Exactly. What it is.
Yeah, man. Shout out, man. This podcast is brought to you by Mahmood. This podcast is brought to you by Brody Fugile. This podcast is brought to you by, I can't think of another good one right off the top of my head. A good one. Justin Thomas. Yeah, this podcast is brought to you by Justin Thomas. There are some people who post this podcast is brought to you by Bolo Breeze, who post stuff all the time. To the point where it's like, I just like seeing what these fools go post all the time. I like that. Mm-hmm. Those people keep me on my toes. I always fact check them because I think they post anything. They don't even check to see if the shit is real. But I can appreciate somebody whose whole point of their social media is to give us information. I can respect that.
Yeah, I think I like when people build a reputation online. So whenever you shout out Bolo Breeze, I understand. I hate him because he's a troll.
A troll.
He is the troll of all trolls. He's the person to where if Momo would come to his mind, let's say if he had the most creative thought of all time, and it's Momo, he would go through with it. I wouldn't. If I was like, man, I could really like manipulate children with this little weird bird-looking woman, I wouldn't go through with that. Like, I'd just be like, yeah, that's a crazy idea that came and passed, in my head. But like, there's people that would do that, and I kind of appreciate those people in that I know that they really wouldn't try to hurt nobody. But I do appreciate when people have a persona online. Yeah. I like that. But they got some people that's just so far off that's just like, I'm trying to be Stephen A. Smith on Facebook.
I had a whole nother burn boudin about that. People with big heads, figuratively and or literally. Now, objectively speaking, I have a big head. But I'm talking about motherfuckers who big head motherfuckers. Boy, big head motherfuckers bother me. Stephen A. Smith is right. I know every goddamn thing. That bothers me. Story about Bolo Breeze. For our 10-year class reunion, we walked into the bathroom. I was taking a piss, and then I washed my hands. Bolo Breeze walked in, took a piss. He washing his hands. We talking. We see somebody taking a shit. Bolo Breeze proceeds to turn off the lights and lock the door. Yeah.
And then what?
And walked out. Just walked out. Left the dude in there with the lights off in the bathroom. Taking a shit. Yeah. Bowler Breeze kind of.
Let me tell you one more thing that burns. So Facebook burns my boudin, and usage of Facebook burns my boudin. And I just scrolled through just so I can refresh my memory. One thing that burns my boudin is whenever you're one of those people that try really hard to post a lot and be active, and you don't get more than 10 likes. I'm gonna give you 10. That's a low standard.
Yeah, that is.
You don't get more than 10 likes on your shares, or on your posts, or on your inspirational memes. Stop. It's not important to the people. Like we saw it, but we don't really care.
I have a respect for people who can keep going though.
I don't. Why? What are you doing? Like, what's the purpose?
Fuck it. That means they're basically saying, "Man, I don't care if nobody killing."
So I don't care if you're wasting your time. You're wasting your time, and you're taking up useful feed. Why is it on my feed? Why are those people on my feed?
I don't know, man. You might have something to do at night. Shit, you might have something to do during the day. Now cue up that music for Nothing Nice to Say.
You know they say if you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all.
If you can't say something nice, don't say nothing at all.
Nothing nice to say with Aldo Nice.
Ain't nothing nice. You hear me?
So when I think about Native Americans, I think about Geronimo or like Sitting Bull, Sacagawea, Pocahontas or something. And the image I see in my head, while it may be mad stereotypical, is the Washington Redskins logo. Or less specifically, I think of a chief with war paint on, face painted red with the feather in the back. You know what I'm saying? Some barrettes and shit, and ready to go ham on General Custer or scalp some Navajos or trade with the Sioux or something. Now I Googled the meaning of the red war paint, and it symbolizes blood, violence, and energy. Boys been using that for hundreds of years, and it's part of their heritage that people identify with them. Another thought that comes to mind is the movie Braveheart. The most iconic image from that movie is Mel Gibson with the blue and white face paint talking about, "They'll never take our freedom." That might have been Sean Connery or whatever. Now that shit is historically inaccurate because William Wallace never donned that face paint. But they were alluding to when the Scottish Picts wore blue face paint to scare off the Romans. Again, historically accurate, and it's their own thing. Now check it out. This week, I was reading an article about Mardi Gras, because I can't go, because I live in Texas. So fuck y'all having all y'all fun in Mardi Gras. But I digress. The article was asking for the ban of the blackface paint that the Mardi Gras Indians use in the Zulu parade. For context, the members of the Zulu Social Aid and Pleasure Club in New Orleans have painted their face black and worn caricatured Zulu tribe costumes on Mardi Gras for over 100 years. The costumes pay homage to the Zulu people of Southern Africa, who in the late 19th century drove out British colonists. The first members of the Zulu crew wore their version of the traditional garb since they were too poor to afford masks. They mimicked the Zulu war paint to comply with city rules that carnival parade participants had to hide their identities. So in this case, the Mardi Gras Indians in the Zulu parade, this is their tradition too. But it seems that two people have a problem with it. White folks and hoteps. Ain't that some shit? Let me address y'all one at a time. Hotep, stop being so fucking dramatic. I get it. Blackface is not the accepted, and the customs of the Zulu parade may cause you to pause and say that blackface in any form should not be condoned. But listen, black makeup is not the same thing as black face paint or blackface. If black people want to dress up like other black people, we can do that. I don't need your Hotepian morals placed on everything. And as for white folks who say y'all shouldn't wear blackface because we can, well, listen. You should like the same people who ask, you sound like the same people who ask why they can't use the N-word or why they can't dress up like thugs for Halloween. Everything is not for you. I won't be painting my face blue to pretend to be Scottish, and I won't be painting it red to pretend to be Native American. You shouldn't paint your face black to try to be black because it looks stupid. You're not welcome to do it, and the precedent has been set that we think it's racist. Your continued attempts to rationalize doing it is weak. And honestly, I can't understand what your infatuation with doing it truly is. Oh, wait, I do know. But I'll keep that to myself. Because I ain't got nothing nice to say about why can't y'all do it when we can't type of people trying to cause an uproar because their privilege doesn't buy you access to everything. So I won't say nothing at all. So, Raj, you missed Mardi Gras too, man. Would you even have made it to the Zulu parade?
No.
I've never went.
No.
Except for I've never went since I was really young because it's too early in the morning. It's like 6, 7.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't have made it. The Zulu ball is what I'll be gunning for over the Zulu parade. I like balls more than parades. That's funny. Pause.
No, I really was gonna let you not pause.
I'd much rather go to like a gala
with balls.
So, yeah. Anyway, I'd much rather go to like a dance of sorts than go to a parade. I'm not real big. I never really understood the point of a parade. Like, what am I out there for? Like, I don't care about acquiring beads. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care about that kind of
I went to a parade about 3 years ago with me, and this podcast is brought to you by Wade Hayes, the rookie. We went to a parade just because we was in Lafayette and I hadn't been to one in ages, so I just wanted to go to a parade because I hadn't been to one. I caught about 3-4 beads and I was like, why am I even trying to catch beads? Why am I walking around out here? It's cold. So I get it. Yeah. It's not the same allure as when we were kids.
No, not at all. I mean, it was cool to catch as many beads and be like you see your friend, you got 80 beads on, and then you see your little white friend down, like you're walking down the road with your mom and him, and he got 1,000 beads on, and a big stupid one. Like his daddy got a big stupid something like just one with titties on it or something like that. You know, like just something crazy, and then you're like, damn, you know, like he did Mardi Gras better than me. I don't have that same feeling.
We used to like a point for a bead, like 2 points for a fire bead, 2 points for a doubloon, 5 points for a cup. We used to have a little point system, man. Try to get it in.
For some reason, doubloons. I had a thing for doubloons.
Doubloons is live.
I like doubloons.
If you had like this whole if you could have like doubloons that say 1989 Andalusia Parade, that shit would be live right now. And like if you had a whole handful of like hundreds of these that you could like decorate something with, like put them under a little glass on a tabletop that you could have somewhere in your house, or decorate something with a real home improvement-y, that should be dope. So yeah, doubloons.
You're making me very upset that I didn't collect more doubloons as a kid.
I feel like your mom probably got some doubloons in an attic or a closet somewhere. And if not your mom,
my people wasn't never. My people were never huge on doubloons. She was nice, like she was nice with the beads.
You know for a fact that your mom was not a doubloon person.
She wasn't a doubloon woman. She was more of a
doubloons.
She was more of a doubloons woman. Yeah, she was more of like nice beads. We had like real nice quality beads. We'd throw out all of the regular ones, you know, like just the little circles, and we'd have a bunch of like nice ones with little jokers on them and stuff like that. So we always had nice beads.
Yeah,
but not a whole stack of doubloons. Like my mama wasn't reaching, because to get a doubloon, essentially you have to get it off of the ground. You have to grab it off of the ground. You didn't catch it.
Yeah, it's not a lot of doubloons.
My mama wasn't collecting doubloons. I was more the doubloon person. Like I thought a doubloon was special. Like I saw beads, and then all of a sudden one special parade, I saw a doubloon, and I'm like, hold up.
If you're from Louisiana, you know when the beads go out, it sounds like. When the doubloons come out, it's like ring. You could hear it. You could hear the doubloons like in the air, and then they all ching 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 in the ground. Yeah, it's like a fucking casino. Yeah, you're right. Doubloons is always the shit.
You can't catch a doubloon.
You've caught a doubloon before. You just probably don't remember.
I mean, I'm sure I've caught a doubloon, but like I don't know if my mama's caught a doubloon as a mother.
I think I caught one with my teeth one time. Like I dare.
That's interesting. That's good. Good for you.
I used to hate when they would throw whole sacks of beads that was still in the bag. Fuckers.
That's because, I mean, do you know how many people used to just go overkill with what they would buy for parades?
Yeah.
I mean, they'd buy, like, in actuality, I needed 1,000 beads to satisfy everybody. But I bought 100,000 beads.
And now
that's what it was.
The end of the parade. So we're about to dump this shit.
Yeah, and we're throwing all of the non-shiny ones. You remember the non-shiny beads
the
you can take beads off and take on? Like, I don't want those beads.
Oh, the ones you can fucking unbutton?
Unbutton.
Oh shit! People probably don't even know those existed. Those were the sorriest fucking beads.
I don't think those beads exist anymore.
You can unfucking hook them hoes with a little piece of rubber.
Yeah, they had like a little plastic tube.
You could chew that little. We used to chew that little plastic.
Oh boy, Mardi Gras nostalgia. Huh?
Mardi Gras.
Mardi Gras.
Yeah, couldn't. Hey, I mean, shit. And if your Mardi Gras is the only reason you're alive, anyway. You might want to move to another city. Hey, look, we'll be back in effect next week. Appreciate y'all kicking it with us, man. Go check out everything that we got going on. I'm not saying nothing about our sponsors now because they're not giving me no formal say so yet. So I can't tell you about nothing, man. Don't buy nothing until we say so, man. That's all I'm telling you right now. We're gonna put it like that, man. So
Edo's, man. Let's shout out Edo's, man.
Yeah, it's podcast.
Edo's Cajun Cocina. I know we done did it before, but this podcast brought to you by Edo's Cajun Cocina. Ron, the Ron on the wall, the dude I thought was Ron. I appreciate y'all for all the love. The Harry.
The dude who I thought is Ron. Shout out, this podcast brought to you by La Maison. Now, I don't know where you could get La Maison right now, but shout out, man, GQ one time, man. Doing some real major consulting with the brand. So, shout out to that man. And podcast brought to you by Something Great T-shirts, man. They trying to help us to get these BFW T-shirts off the ground and get these in y'all hands. So that's gonna be happening real soon as well. So y'all stay tuned, man. Best Friend Weekend, huge year coming, man. In the works.
100.
9.